right, hello everybody. Thanks for joining me here. Haven't had time to update, anything on the stream here, so everything you're seeing is going to be a little bit of a mess. So bear with me because I haven't had time to set any of this up, but we got some important information in that I want to share along. So let's wait till our chat updates to make sure that everybody's live because we had a little bit of a problem just a minute ago trying to go live. Let's see, let it update. Okay, so we've now updated. Hopefully, it'll get the word out. So, let's take a look at what we do have currently. And again, none of this is set up properly. So it may be I may have to adjust the screen a little bit and all that. So just bear with me while I currently do that. So this is a severe weather outlook for today, Thursday. They've changed things a little bit and they brought the severe threat a little bit further to the northeast. And we'll have to look through some of the new information that's out there. You'll have to do that along with me. But right now, that's what we're looking at. Let me get it back to the NOAA News Storm Prediction Center. That would be nice. Okay, so there is a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms anywhere from southwest portions of DeKalb, southern parts of Marshall County, the rest of the county, northeast, Jackson County, not under that severe threat. Just some chances of some thunderstorms. But we are watching for the threat of some severe weather out there today. We'll have to look at the timing and all that because, like I said, I'm kind of behind on the loop myself. It's just been a really busy day today. So we'll take a look at that, but let's get on into some more information. Let's back it up here and look at some of the more, impressive models. Now, this is going to be for Friday. Make sure my mic is working. So this is going to be for Friday's outlook. And as you can see, pretty crazy. There's a enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms anywhere from Decatur to Tuscaloosa to Florence, with a moderate risk further to the northwest portion of Tennessee, and that moderate risk and further northwest. So they've got some nasty stuff coming in tomorrow, and we've also got some storms coming in. Again, we'll look at those information on the timing here just a moment. So let me get set back up here. And let's look at some of the other information here. So here's the tornado outlook for Friday. They got a hatched risk for tornadoes there, which is a significant risk of some tornadoes there, anywhere from Tuscaloosa to Decatur to Florence. That's for tomorrow, with around a 5% risk for Marshall County, 2% risk further east you go. So definitely a day to be paying attention to tomorrow. And the severe winds, well, is a pretty decent chance for some damaging winds up here, but the best threat for tomorrow's damaging winds will be further northwest in that red hatched area. Also, the bright pink, that's something you don't see a lot. Very high risk for damaging winds up to the northwest. That does include northwest portions of Tennessee. So some nasty stuff coming in there tomorrow, but the big event doesn't come until Saturday. So let's get on with that. And they have upgraded some stuff. They put the western portions of Marshall County in a moderate risk. That's a level 4. That is a very strong indication that we're going to have some bad stuff come in. This is, 3 days out and moderate risk in place. So that's kind of scary. Anywhere from Florence to Decatur, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Greenville, and Mobile under that moderate risk. Also Talladega. That's, again, a level 4 out of 5. A 5 is as high as it goes, and I would not doubt to see a level 5 high risk somewhere tomorrow. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But right now it's bad enough. It's very hot outside right now, and if it does this on Friday and Saturday, it's really going to be rough, and they're thinking that it will. But elsewhere, if you're in anywhere from Troy, Auburn, Gadsden, DeKalb, Jackson counties, looks like you're going to be level 3 enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms. That does include some tornadoes. Some of them could be, long track. Some of them could be very strong. Let's look at the outlook. Not looking good at all. You usually don't see colors like this on the map. And that's what's concerning. Entire state of Alabama for Saturday is at a hatched risk for damaging winds 60 to 70 miles per hour. And the brighter area where the more confidence is that where there's going to be a significant tornado outbreak and severe weather outbreak would be anywhere from Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Greenville, Decatur, Mobile. That's in Alabama and extending further southwest into Mississippi. So, yes, you're hearing the words now officially. Severe weather outbreak, tornado outbreak. That's what we're looking at. And also outside of that area, That's going to be 30 to 44%. That's in the red. That's a hatched risk. So there's going to be some damage in straight line winds, and there's a very good chance of it as well. As far as the tornado outlooks go and stuff, those are just updating. And I'm not seeing those show up just yet. Yeah, they haven't updated the tornado risk for Saturday yet. So we'll let you know when that comes out. Now let's move and look at some of the computer models here. It's going to give us an idea of stuff. So let me switch that over to the computer models. And again, we're behind on all this stuff. We're still getting information in. There's still stuff that we don't know currently, even right now. So let's take a look at some of these models. We're on the high resolution. They haven't all came in yet, so let's move it to the NAM. Showing, some really nasty stuff out there to the west. That's like maxed out STP, significant tornado perimeter models for just about all of Mississippi. I am a little bit confused by the outlook because it was over in between the Alabama and Mississippi line, but now they moved it further west, so I'm not really sure what they're doing currently. This is really confusing with these models not coming in correctly like they should be. So let's look at the supercell composite. Looking pretty bad out there to the west. And again, these models have not came in fully yet, so I imagine that's what it is. We're still waiting on the newest models to come in, but it's just crazy. Usually we have these models by now, and we still don't. Looking at the Cape values, though, by now, of course, some crazy stuff in the 3000s out around Mississippi. And I imagine some of that will extend further northeast as these models do continue to update and we get on into the time period. But yeah, they're still updating. That's why they're going kind of crazy. So let's take a look at what we do know, though. So let's pull that up, and we will take a look at what we do know at this point. So let's go ahead and do that. Pull that up. So this is the information we do know, and let's pull that up. Make sure I can get it leveled out for everybody to read it. Okay, so here's the information that we do have from the National Weather Service. This is what we do know currently. Let me get it to open back up again. Okay, so this is what we do know. Let me back up because I imagine it's updated just a little bit. Okay, so we do expect major impacts from this storm system. Major impacts, that's what we're seeing right now. That is their wording, not mine. Major impacts from this system here, not one to be playing around with. Often threatening to life and property, some damage unavoidable, life-saving actions likely necessary. Typically results in major disruptions to daily life. That's the operation level that the Weather Service has got up now. That's, you don't see that a lot. So let's move it to the bottom line up front. What's new? This was at 4:26 a.m. this morning. They still haven't updated again. I don't know what's going on, but there's not been a new update out. So this is what we know. Recent trends continue to indicate a significant severe weather event will shape up over the deep south and Tennessee Valley Saturday. A moderate risk now borders Coleman County on Saturday, have increased the confidence level for severe storms on Saturday. Some of this is old because they've now put a moderate risk out. There was a moderate risk out anyway. They've just extended it further north and northeast, as we was discussing earlier. So let's move on to here. Thursday's severe threat. We do have a threat today. Of course, high resolution models not showing, really anything, which is confusing. I don't know what's going on with these models. But threat confidence, wind gust of 60 miles per hour. There's a low threat of that. 1 inch of diameter hail, low threat. Tornado or two, low threat. Mainly in that circled area there that you're seeing. So they've got it circled out where they think that might come in. There's a circled area. It goes anywhere from southwest DeKalb County to Marshall County, in our northeast Alabama listening area. And also close to Huntsville. It does include Coleman, Florence, Russellville. But the timing, let's go over that. Florence and Russellville, they expect it to get here anywhere between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Okay, so we're already at 3 o'clock. Looking at Huntsville, Coleman, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Looking over northeast Alabama, Stevenson, Fort Payne areas, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. So We do have a threat of some. Most likely scenario, the better fuel and any triggers for severe storms remain outside of the Tennessee Valley, allowing for only isolated non-severe storm clusters. Of course, that has updated since this was put up too, which is aggravating that this is all that I've got is old information at this point. And I'm trying to figure out, what I can do to give everybody more accurate information because, as you can see, this for Saturday is not correct. It's not a correct outlook. Let's just look at the Doppler radar. A lot of this information is not current, which is really, really frustrating. So let's back it up. We're going to look at Doppler radar. It'll tell us everything currently that we need to know. Looking at Doppler radar right now. We've got some showers of thunderstorms to the west. Was looking at the models earlier. They was predicting this. This is pretty much what they're looking at and what they're anticipating to move to the east that may affect us a little bit later. But right now, there is some strong thunderstorms out there. Special weather statements out on this stuff. Strong thunderstorm will impact south central Lauderdale and west Colbert counties through 4 p.m. At 3:10, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm over Cherokee or 14 miles east of Luca, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour and penny-sized hail. So nothing severe yet, just some strong winds and some hail. Areas impacted would be Posey Loop, Mount Hester, Cherokee, Florence, Oakland, Barton, Tuscumbia, Red Rock, Pride Landing, and Muscle Shoals. So this is what we're going to continue to watch throughout the day and see if this activity makes it this far east. It would be a little bit later on this evening, of course, but we're already at 3, almost 4 o'clock, so it's pretty late. We'll continue to watch this stuff develop and seeing another little area develop just to the northeast of Addison. Warning just now coming up on this cell here, and it's going to be due to the hail. I can tell you that right now. Southwestern Colbert County under a severe thunderstorm warning. Northwestern Franklin County and northwestern Alabama is under that warning as well until 4:30. At 3:30, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles northeast of Red Bay, moving east at 15 miles per hour. Quarter-size hail. Source broadcast media. Damage to vehicles is expected. Areas impacted: Pogo, Cedar Creek Reservoir, Scraggly Church, New Bethel, Russellville, Rockwood, Halltown, Pleasant Sight, Belgreen, and Dempsey. And that thing does have a really nice hail core on it. Looking at it on the radar, that's moving off to the east, northeast, or actually it looks like it's moving east. We'll put it kind of toward Russellville. Here in just a little while. It's not moving fast. It's pretty much crawling east at, not very fast rate, 15 miles per hour. We have another little cell developing out ahead of this. It's getting a little bit of a hail core. That's pushing kind of east-northeast, looks like, toward Layton and Town Creek area currently. So we will keep an eye on the radar here. We'll keep everybody updated, of course. When this stuff starts to move into our area, we will let you know. I know there is a ton of confusion going on with the models because we just cannot seem to keep things updated because the updates are not coming in. That's what's frustrating. What are you to do? I hate to tell everybody that, but the updates are just not coming in like they used to. So, but we will keep you updated. Make sure that you make sure that you have it set so you receive all notifications and my live streams, because we will be keeping you updated and tracking it live on here if we get anything severe. So let's take a look at the comments. And we'll get ready to wrap this up here. You was just down my way, Michael. Wish you'd have stopped by or gave me a holler. I'd like to say hey to you there. Hope you're doing well. Be careful out there. Austin, hello. Appreciate you watching. Southern Grace, hello. Thank you for saying. No problem at all. Yeah, keep prayers coming. It's going to be a busy day tomorrow. I'm doing okay. Just been really busy today. And trying to make time, and I'm looking at these computer models every probably 5 minutes, and they're not updating much. So just doing what we can do pretty much. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to look at something real quick, and then I'll continue to read the comments off. But bear with me. I'm going to look at something real quick. Okay, so finally we're getting some of the high resolution models in, and they're not fully coming in yet, but we are finally getting some of them showing up. All right, so let me turn everybody's attention back, since we did get an update finally came through on some of these models. Let's back it back up. Open that up. Yeah, I do apologize for not having any better update than that. I really do. It upsets me. It really does frustrate me. Okay, so let's look at some of these high resolution models that's just coming out. Showing this stuff currently. Let's see. Let me look at the timeline, and it's still updating, so don't mind. It keeps changing on its own because the models are coming in and it's refreshing itself. So let's look at this timing here. That is going to be 4 p.m. So that's about where we're at right now. Oh, I wish I would stop doing that. Okay. So there's the storms we're watching right now on Doppler radar. So that's what we're seeing right now. So looking at the models, it's showing it going kind of to the east, southeast a bit, and it's still updating. Let's see if I can keep it on the roll there. So it looks like it wants to dive south. So southern parts of Marshall County, and then it kind of just fizzles on out. So not expecting a lot from this over here. It does go south. It looks like, if we did have some additional development, there's not a lot out there to really hold it up over here today anyway. Let's look at this timing. That's going to be 04. It'll be 10 o'clock. So it's showing around 10 o'clock tonight, that stuff getting here, and it's already fallen apart by then. But here's some of the newest high-resolution models. I'm so glad to see these updating. They're literally updating right before our eyes. I'm so glad to see this. So let's back the line up here. And this is, of course, the NAM models, and we'll try to get a little better look at this stuff a little bit further in depth. And we're still updating, so bear with me. Let it kind of update a little bit. That way it quits, changing by itself. These updates are coming in right now, as I was just talking about it. So what's some timing? But let's take comments while those continue to come in. It is going to be bad. No matter where you're at in Alabama, it's going to be bad. But the further southwest you go, the worst is going to be kind of southwest. But I can't even say, really say that the worst is going to be southwest. It's going to be bad. A little bit worse southwest. I guess a little bit more confidence in it and, southwest. But it don't really matter where you're at this point. We have a very decent chance of an outbreak. I mean, that's just as good as I can say it, as nice as I can say it. I know it's not, very good way to say it, but that's all I can say. It's going to be bad. If, things continue to go the way they're going now, it's going to be a very bad day. It's going to be very bad. Yeah, I've never had 3D weather radar down, but this is actually computer models that we're looking at. So, yeah, that's why we're having to wait here. This is not Doppler radar. These are future forecast models that is loading up, and everybody has to wait. Meteorologists, everybody. When these are updating, we all have to wait on them to come in before we can say anything. That's just unfortunately the way it is. Yes, Gadsden also in the thread of this. I'll run back through it again with everybody here in just a moment. All right, Mike, that'd be fine. I mean, I'll be around tomorrow. If, unless there's severe weather, which tomorrow's already Friday, so. We're still waiting on the timing to come in, guys. We're literally getting the information in right now. That's what I'm wanting to go over with everybody, to give you guys a timeline. We're literally right now at this moment receiving this information. So it looks like the update has finally updated. So see if I can give you an idea on this stuff. Now, this is just an idea, and it's going to change. Again, it's still updating on me. So I'm about to keep on fighting with it here till it gets done. But let's see. That is at 6 o'clock Saturday. It's still updating on me. Kind of having a fight with it here because it keeps updating. Okay, that's 7 o'clock. 7 p.m. on Saturday, and it keeps changing on me. That's 7 o'clock. That would be 8 o'clock Saturday night. 9 o'clock. 10. And it updated on me again. So basically, by these models here, it looks like, of course, I'm trying to let them update so it'll quit fighting with me. But it looks like we'll have there's several rounds of this coming in. So it looks like we'll have a round come in the overnight hours, evening to overnight. And then I believe there's going to be one in the morning too. And that's going to be with this stuff here. And it just keeps on updating. Okay, so let's see what the timing is on this when we get all this in here. These are clusters of showers and thunderstorms. It looks like, 6 a.m. in the morning. So we'll have a round in the morning, around 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Now, this is the estimated timeline. The high resolution hasn't came in yet. It's really accurate on the timing, but looks like around 6 a.m. Saturday morning, we'll have a round pushed to the north. I believe that'll be a long warm front to push us through. Then we get the cold front, which is going to really bring this stuff in. We could see, all modes of severe weather with this. Tornadoes, damaging winds, large hail. Some of those tornadoes could be long track, strong tornadoes. As bad as I hate to put that, it's very possible. But looks like we have, again, around Saturday morning and again overnight. But that's just for Saturday. We're going to have rounds come through on Friday too. So I'm going to back it up and we'll take a look at Friday. But yeah, we're literally receiving this live. Usually I have already went through all this and I've already corrected everything and put the time, but you're literally seeing it update, right now, the same as me. Like I'm just now able to go through these models. Okay, so we're back to Thursday at this point, so let's move forward. Okay. All right, so we will have some stuff move through on Friday. We'll have to watch that stuff and see how it materializes. But the greatest threat of severe weather, which there is still a threat over here as well, of severe thunderstorms. Sorry, I got distracted for a minute. But yeah, there's, as I was saying, a threat of severe thunderstorms on Friday. The greatest area of concern right now, this could change, will be over west of I-65. There will be a threat of some severe thunderstorms along I-65 as well and to the east, but it's just slightly lower to the east of I-65 versus to the west on Friday. Now we move into Saturday, all that changes. Like the whole picture comes in place. It all changes pretty much. It doesn't matter where you're at in Alabama. Make sure you got a storm shelter nearby. Make sure that you've got ways to receive warnings. Take this seriously. This is a very serious system. You don't hear meteorologists word this very often and say this could be one of the worst events we've seen since April 27, 2011. I've heard that quite a few times today. So that's some serious wording. We've had a lot of bad systems come in here since April 27, 2011, and I'm hoping these meteorologists are wrong. But we've had some bad stuff come through, and for them to be comparing it and saying that, it's not going to be as bad as April 27, 2011, but they're comparing it, saying it could be one of the stronger systems, one of the strongest ones we've seen since that time period. That's some pretty strong wording there. But again, timeline on that Saturday. I believe I've got all that worked out now. We have a round move through in the morning. Looks like around 6 a.m. We'll stop the time there if it will stay there for a moment. And that is around 6 a.m. in the morning. Pushes off to the north. Could be some severe storms with that as well. Then the main line comes in later on in the evening and overnight. That line will be the one we're really concerned about. Will be that cold front that pushes in. Winds outside of storms as well. Let's take a look at that. And I do appreciate everybody's patience because I know y'all been waiting to seeing these models go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I do appreciate you being patient as these new updates do come in. Well, let's take a look at some of the wind speeds, how high we expect them to get. And again, I expect this to change a lot. But outside of thunderstorms, as we can see, just outside of, and I'm still having to fight with the models because they're still updating. Outside the storms, we could have gusts 30, 40 miles per hour, even 50. That's a 46 right there. Looks like around Douglas and Marshall County. That's outside of the thunderstorms before they even come in. So it's going to be incredibly windy out there throughout the day. So as we get on through the time period, let's move it forward. We start to get that main line, that cold front coming through, and looks pretty rough. Let's go ahead and get a gust swath map up here. 60 plus miles per hour possible with that line. I wouldn't doubt to see higher than that, but pretty much all of North Alabama has that potential and a very decent potential to see destructive wind gusts. And I'm wording it that way for a reason. Anywhere between damaging to destructive wind gusts of 70 miles per hour. Not going to be surprised if we see that at all out of this as it moves through. So thanks again, everybody, for hanging on with me. We'll continue to go through all this. I'll try to, look over the models tonight. They're still updating. So I'll try to look over them tonight and get a better time period. I imagine the Weather Service is currently looking at these models right now as well. They're more than likely getting ready to put a timeline out, another timeline out, more updated now that the new models are coming in. So that's what we're waiting on. Tonight we will post more information up about this and have a lot better accuracy with the timeline, hopefully. So let's look at the comments. And yes, Saturday is supposed to be the worst. It's going to be bad Friday, but Saturday's supposed to be bad too. Yeah, it is just a big mess, pretty much. But yeah, be prepared, not scared. That's a good way to put it. I have posted a list up of storm shelters as well. This is an updated list. You can check them out of area storm shelters that you can go to during severe weather. Of course, you're going to want to get there before the storms come in. But we really hope that we get a lot of rain in the morning time. I mean, that's what we're really hoping. And by looking at the models there, that's where my concern was, because I didn't see a lot of rain over here. I seen, a lot of thunderstorms to the west, but it quickly moved out. So if it does that, if it moves north and moves out and we don't get a lot of rain and we get some clearing, we get some clearing skies, it warms up, the rain pretty much pushes on off and we stay pretty much rain free. That's the scenario that we don't want. What we do want is moisture to continue to come in, lots of moisture. It would bring the threat of flash flooding to the area, but if it rains all day long, we have a cloudy skies. There's not a lot of heat able to get to the atmosphere. More than likely, all this will fall apart as it moves over. And we'll just have rain and thunderstorms. But if the scenario plays out like the models are showing currently, we could see some really nasty stuff if it does do like the models are showing. So we'll go over them. We'll have some more updates up. Thanks so much, everybody. God bless everybody. Thanks for watching. I couldn't get see everybody's comments because I was fighting with the models there. So thank you, everybody, for watching. God bless. Have a great rest of your day. Prepare now. Get out there. Make sure you got everything in order. If you got I'm trying to think of the word for it, a generator, be a good idea to make sure it's got gas in it, just in case we have power outages and we have damage. because it can be days and weeks before power is restored if it gets that bad. So just make sure you got all those emergency supplies ready. Don't panic. Don't freak out over everything. Just kind of take it for what it is. It's going to be. It could be pretty bad. Most likely will be. But there's also the offset side to say that there is a possibility of things to go another way. That's what we're hoping for. So take care. Thanks, everybody. God bless. Have a great rest of your Thursday. And we will see you tonight on another update. Thanks again.